so all of a sudden winter is here. It's bloody 4 degrees in the morning, and resin shot has plummeted to 10. Humidity is fantastic, as it always is in the winter, really low. So I'm just going to put an oak door in. It's not going to be anything super special. I'm going to copy the same design, put some bars on it just to make it look nice. And it's going to be an inwards opener, and I'm going to decide whether or not to still keep this stable door. If it opened all the way back and the cross support wasn't in the way, I'd probably keep it, but I'm not sure what to do at the moment. Anyway, for now, I'm just going to put a door on the inside with glazing to let more light in. So door's looking pretty good this morning. Workshop smells fantastic. I've not been using oak for ages. There's a lot of walnut going on and you forget just how great the workshop smells with oak. There is sawdust everywhere because the only 1/2-inch router I own, as much as everyone goes on about my tools, is this trend router which I bought in 03, and it is actually mounted in my little router table. Problem being, it is 110 volt, which is a right pain because I have to remove the adapter, power adapter for suction every single time. Okay, so a 1/2-inch router is on the shopping list, and I am obviously considering Festool. I don't actually use a router that much out of the table, and I do really like the very small Festool router up to 8mm. Find that really handy and good to use. So I would welcome any suggestions. I fancy the 2200, the big one, but I felt it the other day and it is quite a beast to carry around in the shop, so maybe it's overkill. I am going to be flattening some slabs, so just want your thoughts really. If anyone's got the 1400 and the 2200, which one to go for. Also, I've done a new torsion box for my resin room. I had some problems with some resin leaking. I couldn't quite work out why it started happening, and then I realised it was this, which used to be on the top over there. When it's in its full sheet form and it got warm in here, it cupped and I hadn't spotted it, and as it dipped down, the weight of the resin pushed out of the polypropylene. So I thought, right, torsion box. So now I've done that, I've got a completely flat surface. It's really cheap. And I'm just going to be putting the hardboard on the top when I'm working the resin to protect it. So I didn't do an in-depth video of the torsion box build. There are some really good ones on YouTube if you do a search. The next video coming up is going to be the oak door. Quite a lot of procedure making the door from scratch, from the raw material, and I've laminated it, the oak, to make it a bit stronger and lighter. There'll be a couple of videos of that. There'll be the regular YouTube one, and there'll be a really in-depth one showing you all the locks and the hinges and all that, for anyone who's interested in that, on my Patreon page. It'd be really good to get everyone's thoughts on the routers. I am about to buy one. I've got a door project coming up with some Iroko. So that's the Iroko for the door build. Interestingly, how some of the Iroko is much lighter than the other. It's going to be stained, so hopefully that'll be okay. But that's the Iroko there and there. And that could do with a bit of a bigger router than the small one. But love to know your thoughts on the routers, whether the 2200's overkill and the 1400's enough for everything, or is there maybe a better one? It doesn't have to be Festool. I usually go with Festool so that the things like the rails and the connections all work, and I can kind of share other bits of the system. That's the main reason. But you know, if there's a better one out there, then just let me know what your thoughts on that 1/2 inch router. Another option was to take the trend router out of my router table and go ahead and buy a dedicated router for the table with maybe a vary speed above the table, because I do really love using the table router. I've got a couple I've been looking at. That was another option. So a couple of other projects going on in the shop this week. I've got a table build underway, which is going to be quite interesting. Made a template for the Templar cross. If you check out my Instagram, you can see little clips of up and coming projects. I'm trying to get that populated now. I do find it difficult keeping up with social media, but I am slowly getting there. But anyway, thanks so much for your support as always, and thank you very much to the Patreons who supported me as well. It's really good. I'm starting to get longer videos ready for the Patreon page as well. So until next week, I'll see you later.